have some breaking news here on the Los Angeles Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Sr. The Los Angeles Lakers have signed two-time All-Star and a really popular name in Isaiah Thomas to a 10-day contract. This coming from Shams Charania. So coming up on today's show, we're going to break this signing down. What does it mean for Los Angeles? Also, Austin Reaves giving the dagger to the Dallas Mavericks with that game-winning three-pointer in Dallas last night. So Shams Charania of The Athletic breaking this news on Thursday afternoon, tweeting out this: Isaiah Thomas is signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. Sources tell The Athletic in Stadium. Thomas scored 42 points in his NBA G League debut on Wednesday night. Now, he made that G League debut with the Denver Nuggets G League affiliate with Grand Rapids, and in the process, Isaiah Thomas looked really, really good. Now, I'm not saying that now that he's signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, he's going to return to that former All-Star form and be that MVP player that he was in 2016, 2017 with the Boston Celtics when he was making it rain and really put forward a masterful offensive campaign. This is really a depth piece, end of the bench piece for the Los Angeles Lakers as they continue to deal with some injury issues on this roster. Now, I'm kind of curious as to who wanted to bring Isaiah Thomas in. Was it LeBron James? Was it Rob Pelinka? Did they watch that highlight and say, damn, Isaiah Thomas was able to go off in the G League and that level of competition, and of course, nowhere close to the NBA, but they saw some of those highlights and thought Isaiah Thomas can no doubt still play. But this is really, really interesting because Isaiah Thomas is a marquee name, and I think that people have overlooked him over the last couple of years. He definitely deserves a spot on an NBA roster. This also coming from Shams, some additional reporting as we kind of react to this in a breaking news situation. We're bringing you this video just moments after these tweets were sent out. Thomas is planning to sign a 10-day contract under the hardship exemption, sources said. As for what Thomas was able to do in that G League performance, he was really able to light the G League world on fire, dropping 42 points, dished out 8 dimes, brought in 6 rebounds, and was able to hit 5 3-pointers. I think the really key part for Isaiah Thomas, and if he can stay on this Lakers roster beyond that 10-day deal, is if he can be a consistent outside shooter. If that's the case, then I think he has a continued place on this Lakers roster. But he is small. He is not good defensively. He really has to give you a profound impact and maximize his minutes on the floor for the signing to be worth it and for him to continue to occupy that roster spot. So, I say all of this, and we're not done breaking this down, by the way, and I ask you this: can Isaiah Thomas still play in the NBA? Type G for he has gas left in the tank. Type W for washed. This is going to be the pinned comment. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down and get your votes in. By the time you do that, we'll be back talking about IT. Now, the last several years, Isaiah Thomas, since that masterful and wonderful MVP-ish campaign with Boston, he's dealt with a bevy of injuries. And because he's small, he doesn't give you a lot defensively. That is why teams haven't given him a continued look in terms of their 15-man rosters, because he's dealt with a lot of injuries during that time. And for a smaller player, that's, of course, very problematic. From 2017 to 2021, he played in a total of 87 games. Partially because of those injuries, also because he just didn't stand on rosters for that long. 12.5 points per game during that span, 3.8 assists. He only shot 38% from the floor and 34% from distance. Now, going back to the 2016-2017 campaign, when he was really in the mix for that MVP conversation, IT, because of his size, was really a kind of glamorized type of player. Everybody was amazed with what this guy was able to do at that size, given his volume and that usage rate. Averaged almost 29 points per game every night, dished out around 6 dimes, shot 46% from the floor, and nearly 38% from beyond the arc. Here is the truth about Isaiah Thomas, and we do have to be honest with who he is as a player right now. IT isn't close to that player right now. That was a long time ago. 2016, 2017 ain't almost 2022. He's older, those injuries have piled up, and he doesn't have that offensive spark. But I am rooting for him to succeed because this really is a pretty fascinating story. his journey really has been wild over time. He was overlooked coming out of Washington because of his size, and he really was a human highlight reel when he was with Washington. Had a couple of really good years with the Sacramento Kings. He produced with the Phoenix Suns, and then he really burst onto the scene as a legitimate superstar player and an all-star with the Boston Celtics. How much can he help the Lakers offensively? That's really the big question, because you are not asking IT to be a lockdown defender. He's a liability on that end of the floor. Big reason for that is his lack of size. So if you're hoping that Isaiah Thomas is going to give a lackluster Lakers defense a boost, it is not going to happen. Really, he can be a spark plug coming in off the bench, and he can go on a heater from time to time. And he's not going to get that many minutes on a nightly basis. I'm expecting 5, 10 minutes at most on some nights. If you need him in a pinch, maybe he can give you 15. But with what he gave you at that G League game last night, the Lakers are banking on him to maybe be a buy low, get something nice type of upgrade to this roster again on the back end of it. So will Isaiah Thomas end the year on the Los Angeles Lakers? Like when the playoffs are done and hopefully the Lakers make a run, is he going to be on the roster then? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get those votes in the comment section right now. Now, this is why you subscribe to the Los Angeles Lakers Report by Chat Sports, because the tweet came in from Shams Charania, and within 15 minutes, myself and producer Jack Lauderay were killing the game. We had a show built, and I'm recording, bringing you this video right now. And that's a big reason why we are almost at 40,000 subscribers here on the Los Angeles Lakers Report. So let's get there with this video. Hit that red subscribe button down below. We cover the latest Lakers news, Lakers rumors, Lakers trade rumors, and when breaking news goes down, yeah, we ball out and we have you covered. Now, isn't it crazy that Christmas is next week? I really can't believe how fast 2021 is gone. It's almost 2022. My gosh, I'm about to have like a midlife crisis, even though I'm only turning 30 in January. But if you're kind of getting some anxiety about having to do some holiday shopping because, man, you're in a pinch and you have to get something for your family members or your friends, how about this Lakers shirt right here? Thanks to our friends from Fanatics. It was $30, but if you use that link down below, chatsports.com/Lakers shirt, you can get it on sale for $18. Of course, the Laker Nation logo is dope and the material is fire. Get this shirt at a really discounted deal by using that link down below. It'll be available in the comments section as well as the description. Couple takeaways from where the Lakers are at right now. And it's been a very frustrating season for the team, for the organization, and of course for the fan base. The good news is that the arrow is pointing up for LeBron James. Last several games, he has been straight up balling out. He's going to be 37 years old this month, folks, and he's still playing at this high of a level. When it comes down to the playoffs, there are not many better players that I would take over LeBron James. Maybe Kevin Durant, maybe Steph Curry, but I can always rely on the king. As for Russell Westbrook, he's really starting to make strides while all of these Russell Westbrook trade rumors are starting to come to the surface. If he continues to play like this, I think he's going to stay with the hometown team. Now, off the top, I did mention that we would talk a little bit about Austin Reaves. What a journey for him. Undrafted coming out of Oklahoma, also went to Wichita State, balled out with the Lakers during the Summer League, then got that two-way contract, then basically got his contract guaranteed for his rookie year. And Phil Handy, assistant coach on the Lakers staff, saying this guy is going to be a player back several weeks ago as he was dealing with that injury. And last night against the Dallas Mavericks, Austin Reaves had it going on. And he was able to hit basically that buzzer-beating three-pointer in overtime to give the Lakers a big win against the Luka Doncic-less Dallas Mavericks. Austin Reaves gives this team a lot defensively, but he stretches the floor as a really good knockdown shooter. I like the deal because the Lakers aren't paying him all that much. I like his future with Laker Nation. And I have to give credit once again to Russell Westbrook. That little hop step that he was able to do there to create some space, he thought about chucking up that three for the win. The old Russell Westbrook, and I don't know if he's the old Russell Westbrook because at times he would still take that shot, but you could see it took a lot for Russ not to chuck up that shot. Instead, Russell Westbrook had the mind working. He made the correct basketball play, gave you that hop step into the lane, hit a wide open Austin Reaves on that stretch pass, and Reaves was open, took the contact, should have been a foul, still able to find nylon from distance. There's also this, more big news that we are just getting in right now. COVID issues going down with the Los Angeles Lakers, and Russell Westbrook has entered COVID-19 protocols for the Los Angeles Lakers. Something to, of course, monitor. He's playing good basketball as of right now. Hopefully he's asymptomatic, able to fight off this virus. We're reacting to this literally in the minutes that it just happened. So I'm not sure if he's a close contact, if he tested positive, but there are outbreaks going on across a lot of locker rooms across the NBA and in the NFL. Something to monitor here as well. The NFL just today changed its COVID protocols. NBA could change its COVID protocols as well, which could change things as we move forward and progress in the 2021-2022 NBA season. Last question for you during our breaking news show here on the Lakers Report. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below. Do you think, Laker Nation, that the Lakers can make a playoff run? Type R for run. Type T for too old. Thanks for watching today's show. We love you.